Hey, this video is a demonstration of the fourth aesthetic computing project done by Megala, Abhiram, and Nitin. We call this project Circuit Uncomplicated. The idea of the project is to explain to the user a dynamic model embodied into an analog circuit. The game is centered on the user who has to move around the circuit and tinker with the components to get the output, which in our case would be a bulb. The project has been created using GameMaker. The game will allow the user to modify resistance values, use or not use switches, and ultimately learn about the series and parallel circuits. Let's start with the game itself. You, you get the start screen and are made aware of the rules and the keys you would use while in the circuit. You can learn what the circuits are, what the keys are, and yeah, let's go ahead. You see yourself placed in a plane as the first person, and this looks like a circuit. Let's explore. Resistance. The sand here represents resistance. You can use the page up and page down to increase or decrease the values. You use the huge you see the huge ohm symbol which signifies the resistance. Now, when you try to move across the sand, you notice that it's a bit difficult. That's the whole concept. It's friction. It signifies that you're having some resistance while walking. The other component, it's a switch. We have represented the switch using a body of water, meaning the user can't move ahead. He has the option of building a bridge across the water by using the S key. Here we go. This means that we can simply walk over it now. This is a simple embodiment of a switch. Now that the switch is on, the circuit is complete. You see that the bulb is lighted. Now let's go back to the resistor and play with the values. You notice that as you increase the resistance, the bulb gets dimmer and vice versa. Okay, so we know that the intensity of the bulb is inversely proportional to the resistance. All right, we're done here. Let's just move on to the next level. Now, this is a sort of mini maze which you have to traverse. Based on what you have learned in the first level, let's enable the series circuit, which as you can see, can be done using by closing one of the switches on the far end of the circuit. Let's move to that area. Alright, so you enabled the circuit and you see that the bulb is lighted. Notice the intensity with which the bulb is glowing. Now, let's go to the other switch, and turn it on. This would signify that the resistors are now in parallel to each other because, even diagrammatically they are parallel. So now both the switches are on. Immediately what you notice is that the resistance in parallel is lower because the bulb itself is glowing brighter. Well, we hope that the game explains to the user the dynamic behavior of a circuit and how the components in the circuit affect the outcome. The game uses the embodiment of resistors and switches, but the scope is unlimited. Well, that's our game. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.